Great morning, y'all. Great morning, great morning, great morning, great people. How are y'all doing this morning? I hope you're having a fantastic morning. Welcome. Bible Clarity, Genesis 13 is where we are today. I hope y'all had an amazing weekend. I hope you had a very festive holiday with your families and really were able to celebrate and enjoy the reason for the season. So we're going to get started, y'all. We're going to get started. We're on Genesis chapter 13 today. Genesis 13 talks about Abram and Lot separate. Abram and Lot separate. So, Ola do it. Let's get to it. Okay. And so we remember from Genesis chapter 12, the call of Abram to, it was him. Um, they left, right? They left and went down to so Abram departed as the Lord had instructed, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he left Haran. He took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, and all his wealth, and headed for the land of Canaan. So that's where they're headed. And then, but key point, I think, and that's why God was like, read that. Took all his wealth, his livestock, and all the people he had taken into his household at Haran and headed for the land of Canaan. Okay, so Abram and Lot separate. Genesis chapter 13. Okay, so Abram left Egypt and traveled north into the Negev along with his wife and Lot and all they owned. Abram was very rich in livestock, silver, and gold. From Negev, they continued traveling by stages toward Bethel, and they pitched their tents between Bethel and Ai and where they camped before. This was the same place where Abram had built an altar, and there he worshiped the Lord again. Lot, who was traveling with Abram, had also become very wealthy with flocks of sheep and goats, herds of cattle, and many tents. Um, y'all, when you're around successful people, when you're around wealthy people, iron sharp as iron is what I just heard. And so you're able to learn, I'm sure what I'm getting from this is as a result of, being with Abram, Lot was not suffering. He was also wealthy. He was also plentiful. He was blessed as well for being with Abram, just like Abram was blessed. Because remember in Genesis 12, the Lord said to Abram, leave your country, your native country, your relatives, and your father's family, and go to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you and make you famous, and you will be a blessing to others. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who treat you with contempt. All the families on earth will be blessed through you. So, of course, the wealth that Abram accumulated was also, what I'm saying, being trickled down and given to Lot as well. Okay. But the land could not support both Abram and Lot with all their flocks and herds living so close together. So disputes broke out between the herdsmen of Abram and Lot. At that time, Canaanites and Perizzites were also living in the land. Finally, Abram said to Lot, let's not allow this conflict to come between us or our herdsmen. After all, we are close relatives. The whole countryside is open to you. Take your choice of any section of the land you want, and we will separate. If you want the land to the left, then I'll take the land on the right. If you prefer the land on the right, then I'll go left. Lot took a long look at the fertile plains of the Jordan Valley in the direction of Zoar. The whole area was well watered everywhere, like the garden of the Lord or the beautiful land of Egypt. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot chose for himself the whole Jordan Valley to the east of him. He went there with his flocks and servants and parted company with his uncle Abram. So Abram settled in the land of Canaan, and Lot moved his tents to a place near Sodom and settled among the cities of the plain. But the people of this area were extremely wicked and constantly sinned against the Lord. Well, we know what's coming, don't it? After Lot had gone, the Lord had said to Abram, look, as far as you can see in every direction, north and south, east and west. I am giving all this land as far as you can see to you and your descendants as a permanent possession. And I will give you so many descendants that, like the dust of the earth, they cannot be counted. Go and walk through the land in every direction, for I am giving it to you. So Abram moved his camp to Hebron and settled near the oak belonging to Mamre. There he built another altar to the Lord. So wherever my nose just started itching. Wherever Abram settled, he built an altar to the Lord, and gave praise there, gave worship to the Lord. And then there was nothing that, like the Lord said, I'm gonna give you everything. Wherever you go, I want you to go look at all the land. I want you to go survey it. This is your permanent possession. This is for you, for your descendants. This is for everyone. So everyone will have a land or have land for themselves. So, um, but he didn't have him settled. And this is one thing that I continue to see. And like, he was never really settled. He was always on the go. He was always moving from place to place. Um, Sojourners, I believe is the word, like moving and going into different places. And so, um, I think a lot of us have, it's, or some of us, not a lot of us, some of us have experienced having to move to separate places. And also, of course, we're worshiping the Lord, and wherever you go, we definitely want to make sure that's a habit. So, anyway, that's it, y'all. Make sure that you go and read Genesis chapter 13. It's so crazy, y'all. I cannot make this stuff up. The number 1313 is a number that I literally received on yesterday. It was the first number that I wrote, number 1313, as God was giving me some messages yesterday. And it just amazes me still that it's kind of like correlating. A lot of the numbers that I'm receiving um, are correlating to what we're reading as well. We had 1213. Of course, that I didn't receive that number, but that's one of the numbers that I get frequently when it's when the Lord is getting ready to move me to a new location, kind of how He moves moves Abram around. The Lord has moved me quite a few places, and whenever I get that number, that's when I told y'all one of the indicators that I'm getting ready to move. Um, a lot of number synchronicities that come through. That's one of the ways that the Lord speaks to me. But again, I think I told y'all, you have to develop your own relationship and language with the Lord. Because I do believe, I know for a fact, I know for a fact that um, the Lord will communicate with you in the way that is best for you, and not necessarily the way that is best for someone else. You can get um, but you'll have that takes sitting with him and building that relationship with him and talking and just giving him that time to really know and build your own connection and relationship with the Lord. It's not anyone else's responsibility, nor can they, should I say. No one can tell you about your conversations with God, how they should go, how God speaks, because I do know for sure that the Lord will speak as much as you need, as He will speak to you in the way that He needs to speak to you, so that you understand, so that you know, my sheep hear know my voice, and so that you will know His voice when He's speaking to you. And I had to learn that myself. If you're expecting Him to speak the way He speaks to another person, we just have to remember, y'all, that. Um, how you build your relationship with the Lord is what's important to him, not someone else's. And he definitely taught me that it's not about how he speaks with me, it's about how he's going to speak with you. So keep talking to him and keep building that relationship. Keep reading your Bible. Go see what other revelation you get from Genesis chapter 13. And Lord, I hope this helps somebody. Y'all hydrate your soul and things, drink your water, say your gratitude. Have a fantastic and amazing day in purpose and on purpose. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.